know nutrition is a huge piece of what you guys do with your cows, so it makes a difference in everything that they do.
Like many other dairies, we try not to formulate our own feed. We let the experts handle that. So we hire nutritionists that work with veterinarians and that work with other nutritionists. So all the nutritionists kind of work together and give them tips and advice between each other, but they'll formulate our diet for us. And the main goal of a dairy diet, you'll see, is we want every bite to be the same. So if they're eating from over here or eating at the end of the barn, every bite needs to be the same. In our feed, we have just a couple main ingredients. It's very simple. In here, you'll see some cottonseed, some triticale silage, and the main ingredient is corn silage. We'll harvest our own corn here on the dairy, and then we'll pack it up in silage. And then I think after about a month or two, it should be ready to feed. But we try to grow our own feed to keep costs down as little as possible. But we'll send in samples of all the ingredients every week and get back an analysis so that we're making sure we feed the cows the best possible diet to meet the demands for milk production. A cow, at this time of the year, we're eating around 63 pounds of feed a day, and that's on dry matter, not including water. As the days get wetter, we need to adjust our feed because water weighs a lot and that'll affect it a lot. So that's why we take weekly samples and adjust our feed for the moisture content.
It's like it varies from season to season, and with what the cows are going through as far as weather and just everything climate-wise makes a difference too.
Right, so depending on what time of the year it is, some feed ingredients are more available than others. Okay. And we're always adjusting. That's why we test it every week, and that's why our nutritionist is always trying to tweak the ration. Obviously, the cows like to eat the same thing every day, so we'll try to keep it consistent. So just like kids, when we feed them dinner or whatnot, they'll throw the green beans to the side and eat all the good mashed potatoes and stuff. So basically that's the same thing here. The cows will pick through it. You can see they're not just eating it, they're sniffing it and trying to sort through it, and they'll start pushing it throughout the day. And that's why we try to mix it very well so that each bite is good and we're not missing any of the key nutrients that we're trying to feed them. Every 2 hours or so, we'll come by with the tractor and push the feed because we need to make sure we have feed available in pretty much 24/7. Dairy cows really can't be without feed for more than an hour a day, so we try to keep feed in front of them all day, every day.
And then about how much water are they drinking usually?
Cows drink a lot of water. Yeah. If you think about your bathtub at home, that's usually how much a cow will drink in one day.
Wow. Fortunately with not bubbles, that would be.
Yeah, no bubbles, just the water. Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So for your average lady, how much are they producing for milk in a day?
Our highest producing cow today, I think she's at 160 pounds of milk a day. But our herd throughout the day, what we're putting out the door in 24 hours, it's around 146,000 pounds a day. And that's why we make sure we're feeding them right, because they're making a lot of milk. A cow to us is like a marathon runner. We need to make sure they're eating the right things and we're keeping up with their nutritional demand for that amount of milk. So,
well, they're your employees, really.
Yep, and we need to make sure we're giving them everything they possibly can, just like employees anywhere. We're giving them all the tools they need so that they can be successful, and this is just what the cows do. They make milk.
If one cow's producing 20 gallons of milk in a day, that's a lot of family tables that they can feed that way. Talk a little bit about how they use also byproducts of human nutrition to kind of help support what's happening here, because it's kind of a sustainability thing.
Right. So here at Prairieland, we don't have an outside source of human waste to feed the cows. There's other places, such as California. There would be dairy farms when they're close to a tomato plant. There's a dairy farm that feeds tomato byproduct. There's different places that will feed cereal. There's just a lot of people have tried different things, and if they can get a constant supply from like a local town or something, dairy farmers are more than happy to analyze it and incorporate it into their feed. I know here at Prairieland a while back we included some cereal grains from the Kellogg's plant.
Did you say that you kind of used some Skittles at one point in time, or? I
think at one point it was discussed that Skittles could be fed to the cows, but cows, they have a little different digestive system than we do, so high sugars really wouldn't do them any good.
Maybe a company contacts you and say, hey, can you use our byproducts? And then you work with your nutritionist to say, hey, does that fit with our profile, and what will we have to do? And
if we want to feed something, we can give them a sample, and they can send it to the lab and give us the composition of that sample. And then if we really want to and we have enough, we can incorporate it into the feed, no problem.
We were talking a little bit about what you're feeding your cattle and how that impacts their nutrition. How much does that impact the flavor of different milks?
So flavor definitely can be impacted by what you feed your cows. It's not very much, but you as a consumer buying it from the store or drinking it at school you probably won't taste it because when we send our milk to the plant, it'll get mixed with other dairies' milk. So just because one farm changes something, all the other farms are probably staying the same. So we won't really taste the flavor as a producer. But if we go to a smaller farm and we start drinking milk straight from the farm, then you could taste some slight differences, especially if we do major changes like changing a major ingredient. You could definitely taste the difference there.